Good morning all. I'm Gayathri, Assistant Professor of Chemistry, SNS College of Engineering. Today I'm going to share about softening or conditioning methods of boiler troubles. Water is used for industrial purpose should be free from hardness producing substance and suspended particles, also dissolved gases, etc. The process of removing hardness producing substance like salts from water is known as softening or conditioning of water. It may be done by two methods, external and internal conditioning. First we going to study external conditioning. It involves removal of hardness producing salts from the water before feeding into the boiler. The external treatment can be done by demineralization or ion exchange process. The demineralization is also called as ion exchange process. In this process, all the ions, that is both anions and cations present in the hot water can be removed. The salt water produced by lime soda and zeolite process does not contain hardness producing substance like calcium and magnesium ions, but it will contain other ions like sodium, potassium, sulfate, chloride, etc. On the other hand, demineralized water does not contain both anions and cations. Thus, the soft water is not a demineralized water, whereas demineralized water is a soft water. The process is carried out by using ion exchange resins, which are long chain, cross-linked, insoluble organic polymers with a microporous in structure. The functional groups attached to the chains are responsible for the ion exchanging properties. There are two exchangers, that is cation exchanger and anion exchanger. The cations can be removed in the cation exchanger and the anions can be removed in the anion exchanger. In the cation exchanger, the resins containing acid functional groups like COOH or sulfonic acid or carbonic acid like that are capable of exchanging their H plus ions with other cations of hard water. Cation exchange resin is represented as RH2, a common term. For example, for cation exchanger is sulfonated coals and sulfonated polystyrene. In the anion exchanger, the resins containing basic functional groups like NH2, hydroxyl group, etc. These ions removes the anion present in the hot water. Example for anion exchanger is cross-linked quaternary ammonium salts or urea formaldehyde. It is represented by ROH. In the demineralized process, first the hard water is passed through a cation exchange column. In that, the cations can be removed, like calcium, magnesium, sodium, potassium, and it is then run off to the anion exchanger. In that, anions can be removed like chloride, sulfate, bicarbonate, etc. And out of the anion exchanger, the water is completely free from both cations and anions. Then the water is called as demineralized water or deionized water. So, the cation exchanger and anion exchanger at particular time it can be saturated. So, we want to regenerate these exchanges. The cation exchanger can be regenerated using acids like dilute HCl acid or sulfuric acid. And the anion exchanger can be regenerated using sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide like that and all, using base. The advantages of ion exchange process is that both acidic and acid water can be treated, and the water produced from this process is having very low hardness. nearly it is reduced to 2 ppm of hardness. Also, we have few disadvantages in ion exchange process. That is, if water contain turbidity, then it cannot be cleaned, purified through ion exchange process. If like iron or magnesium present in the hard water, the turbidity increases in the increases in the ion exchange process, so that it cannot be filtered. And the equipment used in the ion exchange process is very costly. Also, more expensive chemicals are needed to remove the dirt and cations and anions. So these are the disadvantages in the ion exchange process.